Good morning, girls. In the last lecture of Java we learnt about the math wrapper class, right? Today we are going to learn lang.string class. The Java lang.string class represent character strings. All string literals in Java programs such as, for example, ABC are implemented as instance of this class. Strings are constant. Their values cannot be changed after they are created. As all of you are very well aware of this data type, right? Here we can get lot of methods for manipulating string which are predefined in this package java.lang.string. The methods are listed on the screen. The first one is char at. This method returns the character value at the specified index. Here as a parameter you have to pass an index number, and this method will return a character value at the specified index. Second is compare to. Into bracket as a parameter you can pass another string. This method compares these two strings lexicographically and return an integer value according to the result. Next one is compare to ignore case. This method compares two strings lexicographically, ignoring case differences, right? Then concat method. This method concatenates the specified string to the end of the string. Then ends with the parameter is string suffix. This method tests if the string ends with the specified suffix or not. Method number 6 is equals. This method compares string to the specified object and return a boolean value, either 0 or 1. Boolean equal ignore case. This method compare the string to another string ignoring case consideration, right? And again return a boolean value. Integer length. This method returns the length of the specified string, right? Now let us see the example of this class. For that let us switch to NetBeans IDE. Here I have given a comment java.lang package. This is an example of string class, right? Now import static java.lang.system.star. Define a main method inside this class and define two objects of string class s1 and s2. The initial value of s1 is first string and second string is assigned to s2. s3 is just declared but not assigned any value to this object, right? s1, s2 and s3, these all are object of string class. These are not variables. Keep this thing in your mind. These three are s1, s2, s3. These are object of string class, right? These are not an object of character data type. Now s3 equals to, I want to concat value of s1 and s2, so I can write like this: s1 dot concat s2. Here I can call concat function of string class using an object of string class. તમને લોકોને આઈડિયા છે જ કે કોઈ પણ ક્લાસની મેથડને કોલ કરવા માટે આપણે એ ક્લાસનો ઓબ્જેક્ટ છે એને યુઝ કરી શકીએ, right? So in the similar way we can call the method of string class using an object of that class, right? s1.concat into bracket s2. In the output we'll get the combined string of s1 and s2, first string, second string, fine. And out.println, this will display the result on the screen. Now we want to find the length of s1 string, so we can write like this: s1 dot length. We can call this method using an object of string class, right? Here I want to find the length of s1, so I have called the length method with the help of s1 dot length. Now I want to find the index of 6th character for the first string, from the first string, right? So for that I can write like this: s1 dot char at 6. This will find the character which is stored on the 6th position. Now next one is equals method. Equals method, we want to compare s1 and s2. So here I have taken a if condition. If s1 dot equals s2, then print both strings are equal, otherwise print both strings are not equal, right? So in this way you can compare two strings using equals method of string class. Next one is s1 start with FIR. So we want to check that the first string begins with this letters, right? So for that we can use starts with. s1 dot starts with into bracket FIR. So it will find that our first string match with FIR or not, accordingly return the boolean value. Now for the second string I want to check that the second string ends with str. So for that I can write like this: s2 dot ends with into bracket as a parameter. You can pass the characters or letters. Fine, here I have passed str. As a result, this method will return boolean value 0 or 1. Now I want to find the index of character r from the first string, right? So for that I can write like this: s1 dot index of r. Now replacement, s1 dot replace g with w. I want to replace g with w, so I can write like this: s1 dot replace g comma w. Now I want to convert s1 to lowercase, so here I have written s1 dot to lowercase. And if I want to convert all the characters of string 1 to uppercase, for that I can write like this: s1 dot to uppercase. So let us execute our program. You can see the output, right? Up to this line we had gone through our program up to this lines, right? તમે આઉટપુટ જોઈ લો અહીંયા બધાનું જ. ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટ્રિંગ, સેકન્ડ સ્ટ્રિંગ આપણે કોન્કેટ કરાવ્યું છે. દેન લેન્થ ઓફ s1 is 12. દેન કેર એટ ઇન્ડેક્સ 6 is s, એટલે કે એની 6th પોઝિશન ઉપર s છે. Then both string are not equal, as we can see both are different. s1 start with FIR, then in that case you will get true. s2 start with str. Here we have to write it's ends with, right? Ends with str, which is false. Index of r in s1 is 2. First string g is replaced with w. Okay, as you can see, string g is replaced with w over here. All in lowercase and all are in uppercase. Length of string is 11. Now let us switch to our program back. We left over here, so let us continue from the line number 35. Again define one object of string class and assigned MVM college to it, right? Now I want to find the length of this string, so for that you can write like this: s dot length. I want to find the character stored at 4th position, so I have written s dot char at 4. Now s dot ends with college. This will return true or false. S1 equals to good, S2 equals to in capital good. Now if S1 dot equals ignore case S2, we are going to compare these two strings, and here we want to ignore the case sensitivity, right? If both are equal, in that case we want to print that both are equal. On line number 54, we are checking for the substring system.out.println substring equals to s.substring 4 can pass a single two arguments. અહીંયા આપણે fourth position પરથી substring છે find કરવી છે. On line number 54, I want to find the position of C in the string which is stored in S object, right? I mean in MVM college I want to find the position of C. Let us see the output. Length of string is 11. In MVM college the length of that string is 11. Character at fourth position is 4. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. C is on fifth position, and as you know that always index start from 0, so am on 0th position, V on first position, again am on second position, blank on third position, and C is on fourth position, right? You have to start the counting from 0. Now length is 11, character at fourth position is C. Both are equal strings. આપણે અહીંયા comparison કરાયું હતું, right? આ બેનું કે જેમાં આપણે કેસને ઇગ્નોર કરેલા છે. So we got an output, both are equal strings. Next output is substring is college. From the fourth position it will return a substring of a given string. આપણે એની અંદર MVM college લખેલું છે, અને fourth position ઉપર college થી આપણે substring છે એ return જોઈએ છે, right? You can pass the second argument as well. If I write like this 4, 6, and if we compile the program, you can see the output CO, because we want only two characters only, 4th and 5th, right? Now position of character C, તો C જે છે અહીંયા match જ નથી થતું, right? The case, it is a case sensitive. In S you cannot find C in small letters, okay? So as a result we didn't get the position for this character, -1. If I change the case of the C, I return C in capital now. Compile your program, run it one more time, and as you can see, position of character capital C is 4th. Okay, so in this way you can use the predefined function which are related to string and which are already defined in string package, right? Now we are going to learn about the methods of string buffer class. String buffer is a pure class of string that provide much of the functionality of strings. તમને અહીંયા string buffer classની અંદર થોડા હજી પણ flexible functions છે એ મળશે. string classની comparisonમાં તમને થોડા વધારે functions છે એ define થયેલા મળશે. String represent fixed length immutable character sequence, while string buffer represent growable and writable character sequence. Means during the program, if you want to change the value of object of string buffer class, you can change it. You can even grow the size of that object. You can even write character sequence to this object. String buffer may have characters and substring inserted in the middle or appended to the end, which is not possible in the string which is assigned to an object of string class, right? It will automatically grow to make room for such addition and often has more characters pre-allocated than are actually needed to allow room for growth. So here the constructor of this class is given. Constructor of this class are described over here. The first constructor is plain string buffer. It reserves room for 16 characters without reallocation. As you can see, S is declared, right? And we have called the plain constructor or default constructor, which will allocate 16 characters for object S. Even you can mention the size at the time of initialization or declaration. See, another constructor of string buffer, you can declare like this: string buffer S equals to new string buffer 20. The initial size of object is 20. By default it is 16, but if you want to increase the size, if you want to mention it yourself, you can do like this, right? Even you can assign a string to the object of string buffer class like this. For example, S equals to new string buffer greeting from Java. It accepts a string argument that sets the initial content of the string buffer object and reserve a room for 16 more characters without reallocation. Let us see the methods of this class. Length and capacity. The length of a substring can be found by the length method, as we have already seen for the object of string class, right? In the same way, you can use length function for the object of string buffer class. While the total allocated capacity can be found by the capacity method. જે લેન્થ છે એ લેન્થ ફંક્શનથી મળશે અને ટોટલ કેપેસિટી જે છે એટલે કે કેટલા કેરેક્ટર્સ એની અંદર સ્ટોર થઈ શકે એમ છે એ આપણે કેપેસિટી મેથડથી ફાઇન્ડ કરી શકીએ. Next method is append method. It is used to add text at the end of the existing text. આપણી પાસે જે ઓબ્જેક્ટની અંદર વેલ્યુ ઓલરેડી અસાઇન થયેલી છે એની લેન્થ એટ ધ એન્ડ ઓફ that string, if you want to add some more text at the end, you can do it with the help of append method like this: string buffer append string str, right? I will show you through an example. Next is insert method. It is used to insert a text at the specified index position. These are a few of its forms. Integer index, you can specify the index number and you can insert a string. Otherwise, you can even insert a character at the specified index number using this method. Now here you can see the example: S equals to new string buffer how R, right? In the beginning we want to assign this value to S. Now I want to append U at the end of the string, so I can do like this: S dot append U. This will return an output like this: how are you, right? Now at the end I want to append 1, so I can write like this: how are you 1. Now index. If you want to insert some text at the specified index number, right? For that, S equals to new string buffer have you. I want to insert R at the 4th position, so I can write like this: S dot insert 4 comma R. So count the 4th position: 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4th. Here the string R will be inserted and will get output like this: how are you. Now reverse function. As the name suggests, it can reverse the characters within a string buffer object. Using this function, this method returns the reversed object on which it was called. Delete and delete character at It can delete characters within a string buffer by using the method delete and delete character at. Replace, you can even replace a set of characters with another set inside a string buffer object by calling replace method. નેમ પરથી તમને આઈડિયા આવી જશે કે આ મેથડથી આપણે શું કરી શકીએ. Char at integer index, we can find the character at from the specified index number, right? This method return the character value in this sequence at the specified index. Index of, and as a parameter you can pass one string. This method returns the index within this string of the first occurrence of the specified substring. So these are the methods available in string buffer class. Let us go through one example of this class. String buffer s1. S1 equals to new string buffer I Java. In the beginning I want to assign this string to S1, so we can do like this. As you know that in the default constructor no need to pass any parameter during the initialization object, right? But here I have passed a string to this object, so S1 will be defined and initialize with this value. Now I want to insert some character on the second position, so I can write like this: s1 dot insert 2 comma like. Here 2 is an index number where I want to insert a term like. Fine, let us check the output. I like Java. Now I want to replace like with Java, so I can write like this: s1 dot replace. I want to replace the string which begin from the position second up to 6th position, right? So like, these 4 letters will be replaced by love. So as an output we will get I love Java. S1 dot reverse, this will reverse the string which is stored in S1. Reverse the string through which it is called, right? S1 dot reverse. So again let us check the output. As you can see the output, this is totally reverse. Now I have defined 3 different object of string buffer class: sb1, sb2 and sb3. As you can observe that first object is declared without any parameter. It is not initialized, means with the help of default constructor I have declared this object. sb2, here I want to make the room for 10 characters only, so I have passed an integer value as a parameter, right? And sb3, this is initialized with hello world plus 16 more spaces, which will make the room for 16 more characters, right? So we can check the capacity of all these 3 like this. Let us begin with the capacity of sb1, and we'll check the length also for all the objects. Size of string buffer sb1 dot capacity. Size and length both are different attributes. We can measure the size of any container, any object, right? And we can measure the length as well. Length એટલે એકચ્યુઅલમાં એની અંદર કેટલું સ્ટફ થયેલું છે એને આપણે લેન્થ કહી શકીએ, અને સાઇઝ એટલે એકચ્યુઅલમાં આપણે એની અંદર કેટલું સ્ટફ કરી શકીએ, right? That is called capacity. So let me run this program and let me check for the size of SB1. As you can see, size of the string buffer is 16. એટલે કે તમે એની અંદર 16 characters place કરાવી શકો. Here the room available, 16 spaces are available for SB1, right? Default constructor can make the room for 16 characters for SB1, whereas the length of this object is 0 because we have not assigned anything to this object, right now it is blank. Now second, SB2 dot capacity. Here we have passed an integer number as a parameter in the second object SB2, right? So let us check the capacity. Size of string buffer is 10. By default it is 16, but we have already mentioned the size in the beginning, right? At the time of declaration the size is 10, but yet we have not stored anything in it, so it is showing that length of second object SB2 is again 0. Now third one is SB3, which is initialize with hello world. Let us find the length of this. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, right? 10 characters are already stored, plus I told you that it will make 16 spaces, 16 rooms for 16 more characters, right? So in total we will get 16 plus 10, which is equals to 26. So here the capacity of SB3 is 26, but the length, let me check the length. What about length? Yes, size of the string buffer is 26, 10 plus 16, and the length of string buffer is 10, as we have already stored 10 characters in it. So તમને લોકોને આ વસ્તુ છે એ ક્લિયર થઈ ગઈ હશે, right? Let us initialize SB2 not in capital. Now I have assigned one value to SB2, right? From the 0th position I want to insert hello. Now let us find the length of SB2 after insertion. This is not O, this is 0. See the output, length of string buffer is 5. Right, it is changed because I have stored 5 characters in it. So after insertion, if you find the length of the same object, you will get different value, right? If I change, if I insert some more text to it, and then if I run this file one more time, then you can find the length. See, 50. Right? It will change accordingly. As I told you that in the string buffer you can get growable. You can get growable object in string buffer class, which is more flexible, right, compared to string class. You can even delete the character from the specified position like this. SB2 dot delete starting position is 5th and ending position is 9. Now print out.println You want to print the text of SB2, which is stored in SB2 object, right? Run your program, see the output. Observe the output. So hope you understand the difference between string and string buffer class, right? In the next session we'll meet with the new package, predefined package java.util. Thank you.